Hi guys. Hi everyone. Hi. Hi Aarti. How's it going? Hi Priyanka. Hi everyone. How's your weekend going? How's Saturday evening for y'all? I hope y'all are having fun. Hi. Okay, so I hope you all are super excited for this session. As you all must have seen, we have another celebrity makeup artist today. She's an internationally certified MUA. She's worked with some stunning Bollywood actresses like Bipasha Basu, Alia Bhatt, Madhuri Dixit, Janelia D'Souza, and many others. And she's worked with movies, and she's been an MUA for movies like Entertainment, Bahubali 1 and 2, Ungli, and Karwan. And I'm super stoked to have her here today. And I'm gonna patch her right in. Just give me 1 second. Hi. Okay, and we're waiting for Billy. How's it going, guys? Have you all checked out our. Hi, Billy.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually between shoot because the last minute I had to fly to Delhi for shoot.
I
Uh,
heard
yeah,
super sick.
my team was shooting here, but then because of COVID, someone or the other keeps falling sick. Then you're worried if it's COVID or not. So I had to come and fill in for the project. So, but I said now since we are on this, we'll do this. So whoever's online, enjoy what goes on in a vanity because that's where I am right now. People walking in and out, but it'll
That's
be
that's an insight for us. We're super happy to have you here, even with your packed schedule, Billy. Thank you so much for taking out the
thank,
time.
thank you. No, but I'm
Okay,
I'm really honored to be here. It's just that I wanted this to be like even nicer, but then it's okay between work. So what?
that's completely all right, Billy. So tell us what you're going to show us today.
So I always feel that the most important part on the face is the skin, because if your skin is not looking even, there's nothing about your eyeshadow or your eye makeup or lips are really gonna look good. So my forte is doing skin. I love enhancing the skin and making it look natural, but still like glamorous. So that's what I'm gonna be working on. I'm working
Amazing.
on with very few products. I don't like putting too much. I always feel less is more, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing.
Amazing. Okay, Billy. So, as we told our viewers today, you're going to show us Madhuri's soft glam look. So, tell us how you created that look and
So
how was it like working with her and what? Tell us about the look.
it's amazing working with her. She is adorable, and she will never turn on and tell you if something is not looking good. Also, you have to ask her, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And she'll be like, "Are you fine with it?" I'm like, if I tell her yes, she will never argue back. So it's
Oh,
really amazing. And sometimes that's why you want to put in even more of an effort of doing something for somebody.
mhm.
So, well, the look that is on her, again, I always feel skin has to look good. And then whatever else you do on it will automatically look really, really nice. And as long as it's blended, of course.
Yes, amazing. So, let's get
Let's
going.
start.
Let's start. The look.
I have a very dear friend of mine who's also an actress in theater, and she does a lot of ad films. And she's actually the director on set. His wife and my childhood friend, name's
Okay,
Dilsha Edibam Karana, and she's gonna be the model for today. So Dilsha, please.
amazing. Billy, can we adjust the lighting a little bit? Hi.
Hi. 1 minute.
It's slightly dark and we can't see.
Okay, 1 second. No, Dil, just turn this way. Yeah, sit here. Is this better?
So like much better. Yes, much better.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give Dilshad to hold the phone for us because I don't have space to keep it over there. 1 second.
Can we increase the lighting, or can you sit in front of something?
Come in front and
Yes,
hold
this
it.
is much better.
So we're right in front of the mirror now.
Okay, perfect. So you can see me also and see her also.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep this. That's perfect. Okay. So my first thing that I start with is a moisturizer. I'm using this one for right now, but depending on skin type, um, water-based, oil-based, something that depending on this, like if it's dry skin, you need something with more oil, and if it's an oily skin, you can use a water-based one. I'm using a water-based one, which basically is like a water cream and works on all skin types.
Okay.
So you make sure that you have enough moisturizer. People keep asking me that do you use primers? No, I don't use primers. I think a well prepped skin is a well primed skin. So you prep it, a well moisturized skin gives you the perfect thing what a primer would give you. So everyday routine is very, very important.
Okay.
You can see, right?
I'm just gonna ask our viewers real quick. Guys, can you show us thumbs ups if you're okay and if you can see Dilshad and Billy demonstrating the look? Can we get quick thumbs ups?
Super. So apart from this, I like even the Clinique moisturizer. I like Charlotte Tilbury, and depending on, like I said, every person's skin is slightly different, so we use that kind of. So I'm going to start really light concealing. Okay, I finished putting a moisturizer. I'm doing some really light concealing. I don't like using too much product. Also, under eye, having a slight of under eye is really natural. You don't need to like take it away 100%. But as long as you get a nice evenness on the skin. So if you realize from both the sides, that side just looks a little more highlighted already.
Right. We're getting a few queries and people are saying it's a bit darker.
It's
Guys,
still dark because I'm sitting right in front of the light.
Yeah, once you go closer, it's brighter. But guys, Billy is a vanity right now, and we're just super glad to have her here with us.
So
okay, so tell us, how do you color correct, and what is your tip and trick for our viewers?
So if you have really dark under eyes, then I would suggest a color corrector. If your under eyes are not as like Dilshad doesn't have very dark under eyes, I had to just take the concealer and go. But if you do, there's something called as an orange and a yellow corrector. You can mix the two, getting the peach. Now the peach totally depends on how bad your depth is. So the more depth, the more darker the peach. Otherwise, you go lighter with the peach by adding the yellow.
Okay.
And so you take it right under your eye, okay, and you spread it just how I spread the concealer. In a similar form, you spread the peach over it. Again, the technique of putting the concealer and the peach is just the same. It's just that you layer them. Okay. So I'm just taking the concealer on areas where Dilshad has slight redness on her skin. But I'm taking it very little. I'm literally just dabbing my brush into it and going over it. It's a soft brush. So a soft brush will pick up less and deposit less. So it's not like going cakey. My next step is going to be using a very little of liquid foundation. The reason I'm showing liquid foundation is because if people want to dress up for weddings or something. But I don't use liquid foundation for everyday basis. I would just do like the correction concealing on my skin, wear a compact and walk out. But because we have people want to see different options, so I really take very little foundation. Just turn this way. I first dab it through the lower part of the face and blend it.
Okay, and tell us for this look, how do you decide the perfect base? So would you want to keep it matte? Would you keep it dewy? What would you
So,
suggest?
so for Madhuri ma'am, we generally keep the base really matte
Okay.
because that's how she likes it. But if you want to make this base dewy, you can add a highlighter into the foundation. So you get Wonder Glow by Charlotte Tilbury is one of my favorite. It works as a primer also, but its elasticity in primer is really good. So it works really well with the foundation. I mix it along with the foundation and I can add it to the base. But I can always also add powder highlighters later and get the dewiness back on the skin, even on matte foundation.
Got it. Okay, so we have queries and we have questions. So what is your favorite bronzer which is natural and not orange?
So I there's one that I use from Becca.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that I use from Becca, and they have a really good bronzer. The other good bronzer that I really like is I actually don't use bronzers, but I use the mineralized powder from MAC, and I use this as a contour bronzer. Like I love this because the texture is really like light. It's not very harsh on the glow in it, so it doesn't make the face look broader. It just in fact contours as well as gives slight highlight where it needs to.
Amazing. Okay, and which is the concealer that you used? What is the brand?
Uh,
And the
I
foundation?
I use the MAC one right now. Another one that I really recommend is NARS. I love NARS concealers, their textures. MAC has one more which is called the Studio Fix. This is Studio Finish. There's Studio Fix concealer, and then I love the NARS liquid concealers.
Okay, and
Really.
which is the foundation that you used?
Currently, my top favorite, what I've been using is Fenty. I love even Giorgio Armani. But if you're looking for something that takes care of the humidity in Mumbai, especially where I live, is Studio Fix Fluid by MAC again because this controls oil on the face.
Okay,
So,
great.
so what I also like doing sometimes is that once I finish the skin, I like to give it a cream contour before I get into putting any other like before putting the powder. I prefer putting a cream contour because that kind of I think blends better with the skin and it doesn't look as harsh. So what I do is I take a really dark color called NG1 from Cryolan and I mix it with a little bit of the concealer onto the palette, yeah. And I take this product. I'm still using the same brush. So because people love to know that how many brushes do you need, I use minimalistic.
Okay, and
So
which brand is this and what is the
this
brand?
is this is the Real Technique brush 402.
Okay, great.
So I'm just taking it onto the cheek. You see how I'm blending it? I'm not like creating a stark line. Yeah, and I'm taking it under the chin.
And which concealer, which bronzer
So
are you
this
using?
NG, no, this is a cream product. It's called NG1 from Kryolan. Because it's really dark, I mix it with the concealer that I used on her. So I used
Got
an C40, I used NC40 concealer on her. I mixed that with the NG1 of Kryolan. And I made my own little color, which is just 2 or 3 shades deeper than her. Because that's what you need to kind of get the contour look on the face. I'm going to do the same thing here. So I don't, I you know, I many people do that strong line and then they go blending it. I just feel that sometimes that looks really stark for like people just stepping out. I prefer blending it from before.
it.
Because blending is everything. As long as everything is blended on your face, you look even. It looks more natural. You don't tend to look very like strong, like sharp lines on the face. So I'm going to take a little bit on the sides of the nose, just to give it a little more sharpness. Light on the forehead.
And as we saw in the picture, the actual look is more bronze and browns and lots of nudes than.
So that we played a lot with the eyeshadow. We don't bronze the face as much for her. Also, you have to understand pictures that are clicked on professional camera tend to look a little different than what we tend to do on ourselves. What is actually also done. So I always suggest that don't look at an image and say I want it like that. It'll never come like that. They are really professionally shot, and they are sometimes the lights make a lot of difference in what light you're standing. So try looking at what suits you more rather than trying to see what is in the picture. Of course, take an adaptation of the picture that I like this. You tell your makeup artist, or when you go to buy makeup, you can tell them, how do I achieve something close to this? But it'll never be exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Got it.
So now I'm going to take this loose powder by Makeup Forever. I really like this one because it's very, it has no color, and it mats the face out for me without changing what I've done on the skin. Again, now in Dilshad's case, her face is not very, very oily, so I use very, very little product. The powder is literally like just to make sure that the foundation has settled. So you see now, at least all the redness that she had on her skin is settled. She doesn't have any, her face looks even. Her face also looks a little more shaped because of the contour. It's all about shadow. You basically are creating a shadow on the face to make it look little narrow. The stronger the line, that means, I mean, when you take a picture, you're going to see like sharp lines coming like that. That's why I like everything much more blended, smoothened out, and it just makes you look fresher, younger. There's there's no harshness on the face. You're soft. So after this, what I'm going to do is I am going to do a little bit of an eyeshadow for her. Okay, where I'm going to put out the colors what were there on Madhuri ma'am.
Got it.
So I'm taking this pencil called Teddy from MAC. It's my favorite pencil because what it does is, sorry, before this I'm going to put a primer. The only primer that I use is an eye primer.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the primer. What the primer will do is help all your products on the eyes glide. So nothing's going to hurt you while putting, like, especially pencils and all, when you're trying to smudge, they tend to hurt you. So I love this pencil is because it literally, I will just scribble with it first. I'm not going to think of what shape it's giving me. And then I'm going to take a brush, like just a little flat brush like this. And I'm going to smudge out the edges, the endings. Not the whole color, but just a little bit. Open. So if you see, there's a nice shape on the eye. It looks smoky. But what have you done? It's just one pencil. It's not too many products that are going on. So I can sometimes just wear a mascara and walk out. Every single time I don't need to do like full on eyeshadow and step out of the house.
Got
So
it.
it's only the top area is what I am kind of smudging out.
So, Billy, for a similar look or for a more subtle glam look, is there any other color that you recommend that we can use for like the smoky liner?
So what you can do is wear a black liner and smudge it with a brown eyeshadow. If you don't want the shine, if you don't want just wear a very thin black liner and smudge it with a brown eyeshadow with the same kind of brush. It will just make it more like a day thing. It'll just make it, even this if you wear in the day is not a problem. Just don't add anything else to it. Wear your mascara and walk out. The minute you keep your colors lesser than black, automatically it looks very subtle. The minute you add black to any look, it's going to enhance it. So my next step in this is going to be, I'm going to just take, I have these two blending brushes. One is a little bigger, one is a little narrow. So I'm first going to take the bigger one, okay? And I'm going to, I have this palette with me of colors. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take two neutral colors from this. This palette is by Nykaa. It's a new launch that they have.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the big brush and just going to take this all through the lid, all over the eye, almost till my brow bone. So if you see, this eye already has a better shape.
Yep.
But with very, very muted colors, you know. And then you do both the eyes. You take the medium-sized brush and dip it into, like, I'm mixing two browns now. I'm mixing like a little reddish brown and a flat brown and creating my own little color.
Got it.
So it's not that you have to use only the color that is in the palette. Mix them, mix match. And I'm going to take it right on my lid above the liner that I finished. And I'm going to stop over here, take my other brush and blend it again. The bigger brush and blend it again. So you see, you automatically got a smoky eye.
That looks fantastic.
It's really subtle. It's really, really subtle. It's not, it looks a lot in the picture. Again, it's professionally clicked. There are lots of lights. So there's a lot of sharpness that comes in an image. But actually, frankly, I may have probably used lesser eyeshadow than this.
That is like the easiest smoky eye I've seen, yet it looks so glam.
Yeah, it does, because I'm telling you, the minute you add a little bit of shine, like the teddy pencil adds a little bit of shine. So there you go. And to turn this around, making it look slightly more glamorous, I'm going to use a black or brown, actually. I'll keep it to a brown gel liner.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second. I think I'll use a black. I feel like it. So, close your eyes. Really close to the lashes. Just giving definition to the eyes. You can even wing out the liner if you want to. You can see that?
Yep, certainly can.
Yeah. Open.
That pencil did like an entire new definition to the eye.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic.
It just makes the eyes, the definition on the eyeline increases. Hence, your eyeshadows start to look a lot more. Frankly, I've not used too much of eyeshadow. You can wear this look in the day also and walk out. It's just, again, like I said, lights and camera makes a lot of difference. So it's just enhancing a lot more than what ideally even it is.
Billy, can you also tell us which primer you use, the eye primer?
So right now I use the Kryolan one because that's what I had in Delhi with me. But I love the Urban Decay Eye Primer Original. I'm telling you, my actresses have danced for 14 hours without a single crease on their eye makeup.
Wow.
I
That's
love that.
A good investment.
When I pick up 4 in a bulk. Like at least for 2 years I have it in stock. So I love the lash curler. Look down. Because it just kind of makes the lashes look a little more prominent.
Okay.
Yeah. especially like in the daytime or something you don't want to be wearing fake lashes. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, do you have any tip to curl the lash?
If you don't want to use that, wear your mascara first on top. Wait for about, like, wear it on the top. Wait for about 30 seconds and then push it up. So how you put water on a paper and the paper starts to curl. Similarly, when you put mascara on the top layer, your lashes start to curl. Of course, not as much as the lash curler, but somewhere close. So
Wow, yeah, that's a great tip.
So I love putting mascara. I think without mascara, no eye makeup can really stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Close. I think the liner was slightly red. This one.
Okay, so we'll take a few questions. Tell
Yes.
us what colors would you pick? So, if right now I saw that you picked like a brown and a red for above the crease line and for the crease line, if
So,
you were to pick some other color, what would you pick?
so my favorite palette for blending colors is the one that I have made of my. I picked up. So I used to work with MAC. So obviously I got very used to with their colors initially. But these palettes also work really great. But the one that I have from MAC that I picked up individual, there's texture, there's Teta tint, there's embark, and soft brown. These four colors, texture, Teta tint, soft brown, and embark, are my go-to for blending any eyeshadow. Because you need brown to kind of get, because our skin tone is such that these colors blend very easily with us. They look natural. So they don't, even like embark, I can do like full dark brown smoky with it and just use those four colors and finish my smoky. I don't need to, if I want to add black, I'll add it with the black gel liner, mix it with the brown. I don't even need a black eyeshadow for it, because that's how I function with my smoky eyes. Or if I want to contour a shiny golden color, I use those four colors, blend out the goldens. I'm telling you, those four colors are my lifeline. Literally my lifeline. So my next step is going to be, I'm going to come back to skin. Okay. I'm going to come back. I love this product for fair skin. Okay. For darker skin, I would use the MAC. It's called the Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish. Okay, this I would use for the darker skin, but since Dilshad is on the fairer side, like that's what I use for myself. And
Okay.
I use the Hola. It works really, really well. It actually comes with a very cute brush in it, but we don't have that brush right now. So I'm going to use another brush. Again, you know how I took the contour with the creams? I'm just going to take it, swish it around. The color does its magic. You don't need to like really like slap it on, or if you see, she doesn't look like naturally that she has any too much product on her face. This is by
Yeah.
benefit. So I use this on Madhuri ma'am as well.
I think hula bronzers are everybody's favorite. So,
I'm going to add a little bit of blush to her.
okay.
The magic of a highlighter. Blush. Its name is, sorry, it's got a label on it. Mm, yeah, I can't read the name, but one second. They're brand new
How
products.
right blush for this look, Billy? Would you use more like a coral or a pink?
For, sorry, for what did you say?
What color of blush would you use for this particular look? Would it be more of a coral or a pink?
So, with Dilshad's skin tone, I would stick with a little bit of pink, but with the Madhuri ma'am, I would go with a little bit of peach.
Okay.
So this is number from Sephora.
Okay.
Again, when I take the blush, when I take it on my brush, I always remove the excess of the back of my hand, because what is on the top layer will stick to the skin. So I don't like that. Because it's got enough product inside. Straight, smile, and I'm just on the apples coming up, keeping it soft and natural. So always take off the excess at the back of your hand, take it up around the apples and take it right up.
Amazing. That got the color to the cheek instantly. And that looks great now.
Color of her face, it doesn't look, but it's still, if you look at her face, it doesn't look like she slapped on a lot of makeup, because everything is less is more. Always remember, you can always build on, but you start with little. So I'm going to use the Hyper Real Glow highlighters from MAC. Mine are Anastasia Sun Dipped. I love those ones. That highlight mind blowing. I'm going to use like a soft brush. I'm going to pick up the pink tones from it. Mix it golden. Take the highlighter and swish it around your hand a little. Go back, dip it, swish it. So basically, you're giving little heat to the product that it actually goes and settles on the skin. So I'm going to use it just on her cheekbone first. You may not see it initially too much, but as it builds up, I'm going to take it a bit under her brow bone, bridge of her eyes. Never cross the iris of the eye. Like you have to stop the contour and take it higher from here. It doesn't come at all.
Could you please repeat the brand of the highlighter? It looks gorgeous.
This one is MAC Hyper Real Glow.
Okay, great.
You can take a little bit on the upper lip and a little bit on the chin.
Okay.
So now if this turn your face left, right? You see that?
Yep.
Closer to the... Yeah.
That looks. Yes.
Now I'm going to do one small thing that I want to do to the under eye. Okay, is basically I'm going to pick up one of the dark brown colors that was in the palette of eyeshadow. It's at the back of my hand. I'm removing excess.
Okay.
To take it a little bit under the eye. What just increases the width of my eye. It just makes my eye look bigger, and my lash line, my basically the under lash line a little more prominent, making it look eyes. It just like if you don't do that step is okay, but if you do it, it's just making the eyes look a little more attractive. Yeah. Last but not the least, you have to do eyebrows. I have to skip the entire eye makeup if possible for me, but my brows is that I would never skip.
Mm-hmm.
Like what now? Literally have just this one creamy eyeshadow, mascara, the creamy blush here, and a lip balm. But my eyebrows are always.
I think we're also brow lovers at Airblack. We love brow hacks.
So
And yeah.
so I love Benefit and then I love Urban Decay.
Uh-huh.
Love these are still the old boxes because I pick up in bulk. So
Okay.
so these are still like the old ones, but you've got new colors and new packaging in them. And you see just a little bit. You need just very little. You don't have to like take a lot of product.
Mm-hmm.
You see the difference in both the sides?
Yep, certainly do.
I generally don't take away from the natural shape of the person.
Yeah.
Even in my case, I keep her shape the same. We just fill in the gaps that come on the face. Because your eyebrows are sisters, they're not twins. They can never look identical.
Yeah. Could you repeat the brand of the product that you used on her brows, please?
So right now I used this color called Brown Sugar by Urban Decay.
Okay.
It has some really good, like Benefit 4.5 and 5 are really good for Indian skin. So those work really well. And
Amazing.
even Anastasia in India has brow gels. So they are good too. So they have good colors.
Great.
These three companies, I like the colors that they use because they don't have any red in their eyebrows. They're supposed to be flatter colors. You cannot have something that is red because otherwise it'll look like you've put something.
Yeah. What's next?
Lips. So,
Amazing.
two for the sharp. Keep it normal. I'm just gonna line the lips up first with a lip.
Okay. And what's the liner that you're using for her lips?
It's this color. It
We
works.
couldn't hear you, Billy. Could you please repeat that? Can't hear you.
Spice.
Can you remove your hand from under the
Yeah.
phone? Maybe. Yeah.
It's Spice by MAC.
Okay, great.
So I've done this. I'm using this lip gloss, which is by Lakme.
Okay.
I love this color. It's called Creme Caramel. You will literally see what it does. So on every skin tone, this color will look a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see Dilshad and me both together, I'm wearing the same color,
Oh, wow.
but it
Yeah.
looks completely different on both of us. So there
It
you are.
does. Yes. So that was it. Oh my god, that was amazing. That was such a quick glam and superb. Dilshad, I will request you to go in front of a light and let's do a quick look check.
Sure. Let me just find the best
Just
light.
stand up.
Okay.
Now,
Amazing. I can see the highlighter popping from here and it looks
Yeah.
gorgeous. Yep, that looks amazing. Wow. Billy,
So
you've done a fabulous job and I think our
thank you.
viewers are also loving this.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
And we're so glad that you could come and show us
I'm
this
so
look.
I'm so sorry that we had to do it like this
That's
because
totally alright.
I thought I'll sit in my studio. I have a makeup studio and my academy. I thought I'll sit there and do it like really nicely, but I had to fly to Delhi urgently. Work
There's
calls.
always a next time, and
Of
we will
course,
certainly do this again. This was amazing.
for sure.
We loved having you over, Billy.
Thank you.
And I hope all you guys loved it. And if you want more fabulous content, check out the link in our bio. Go follow Billy Manik on Instagram because she has done some amazing looks. And thank you so much. And we will
Thank
see
you
you
for
next
having
Saturday.
me.
Thank
Yes.
you, Billy.
See you. See you. Bye.
See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.